All right. We live with the general family. Y'all, you already know we got that fire commentary analysis on politics, all type of culture, history, dealing with black people. Today we're gonna be talking about uh King Charles is coming to America and how much power does the British crown really have in America? Because we used to hear all this that they say the British, the crown run America. Yeah, they say the British crown and all of that run America. Is everything we seeing a false flag? Is everything because Donald Trump then went in on Britain, and this is he went in on Keir Starmer. Say Keir Starmer is a fake. He's weak. He's been going in on Keir Starmer ever since he got in office because Keir Starmer and his political party, was paying activists, British activists, to come to America and join with the Democratic Party and campaign against him over here. So when he won, he had it out for Keir Starmer already. You see, already had, but uh, what power does the British Crown really have in America? It does the historical or the people have this you know this idea that that the Queen is one of the most powerful. Well, she was. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Charles is as powerful as Elizabeth. I don't know, but you know I didn't hear Donald Trump diss Charles. Now they said when he was a prince that he didn't, he said that Prince Charles was, he put him to sleep. He always talking about the what is it, the greenhouse effect and shit. Donald Trump don't believe that. So this idea that all this green, green this, green that. Say Donald Trump don't like that, but that's supposedly King Charles. That's his forte. That's his forte, and somehow Donald Trump just went over there, and they man, they laid it out for him. So now he say Charles is his good friend, is his good friend. And I know they both Freemasons. I know that. I know they both Freemasons. And matter of fact, one of Charles, I don't know if that guy's still alive. If he is, he probably old as Bram Stoker, but one of his cousins is the Grand Master. The Grand Master of the Grand Lodge over there in Britain. He's the Grand Master. He remind me of that guy that be on that guy that be on what is it? The Simpsons. The evil guy. Yeah, the evil guy. But anyway, let me see. Let me see what family. You say they he said yeah, he said he looked like Elizabeth. Both of them, yeah, they treacherous looking. Yeah, they treacherous looking. You know what I'm saying? But shit, she might be a little more she might be more treacherous looking than he is. Got all them stolen jewels. Yeah, Mr. Burns. Yeah, he look like Mr. Burns and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I'm gonna see. I am interested in seeing, this, because I mean, we believe that that this crown got so much power, and that they saying that the British own motherfuckers own the Social Security. That's what people be teaching. You know, how we looking out there? Yeah, let me come back. I see. Let me see how I look. Let me step back in. Yeah, so I'm trying to see. This is a good this is a good time, to see really in full effect whether the monarchy is as powerful as people believe, or is it, a lot of people, they got this stick, this aura, and people create an aura around certain individuals, and they don't even have that power. It's an illusion to the power that they got. So who really the strongest? Who really got the most power? Is it King Charles, or is it Donald Trump? Is King Charles coming over here to tell Donald, now look, Donald, you know what I'm saying? Don't have me pull a couple cards on you. Do you think the king I don't think they got that much power no more, man. They power is over now. I know they got money now. I do believe they got a whole lot of money now. I do believe that because they done stole a lot. They done stole a lot, but and I know a lot of money move around over there in in London City. Now, I'm not talking about London. I'm talking about that what they call the square mile over there. Where all the banks and all, you know what I'm saying? Everything is over there in what they call the square mile. It's a lot of money over there. Now it is some, so I don't know, who run that. I don't know. I thought a lot of the Rothschilds and got some hands over there, and a few more of them other old families. But you know, yeah, I want to see, if Charles, and he get an opportunity to speak to the Congress and shit and this that, and so that is, not a lot of people get an opportunity to do that. And I want to hear what he got to say. I do. Because this is, is he going to break down? Is he going to pledge allegiance to Donald Trump? Did Donald Trump punk Britain? Is there a new Illuminati? Is the Illuminati shifting more in favor of the Trump clique? I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but they is putting their foot on a lot of heads out there now. They putting their foot on a lot of heads out there, and a lot of people don't want to see that happen because power is waning. They're just like China is coming up over there. Like it was other nations over there was stronger than Japan was the number one over there for a long time. They still got the third largest economy in the world. So Japan is still, but militarily, I don't. They don't want to see China. They don't want to see China. You say they run ish in Britain. You think so, Magma? What you trying to say, man? So you saying the king got power, he got authority like that? Is that what you saying? Oh yeah, you say who went? Okay, I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, I believe it. I didn't seen some, I didn't seen some documentaries. Yeah, I done seen some documentaries, and it make me want to go back and do a little more digging. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm listening. I'm gonna listen because I'm not there. I'm listening for that talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to hear that talk, of power. And so I'm gonna be key, to hear what this man say. I hope he don't come over here talking about no greenhouse effect or no shit like that. Motherfucker, come over here and talk power then. I want to hear him talk power. And I want him to flex. I want him to flex like he ain't gonna flex. But I'm quite sure you supposed to, I mean, Netanyahu, see, that's the difference. Netanyahu come over here and flex. Yeah, he's saying it's time to go to war. He come over and flex and say all he need to say and shit. And they got a motherfucking warrant out for his arrest. Yeah. Black power. Black power. Yeah. Yeah, they got a warrant out for his arrest and they invite his ass into the Congress and shit. And and let him say all he need to say. He come in there talking straight war. Yeah, we going to war, and goddamn it, 2 months later, you at war. You see, so we want to see the Moore's been saying the Federal Reserve been shut down. Oh, it is? Well, I don't know. I don't keep up with that. I do some Illuminati, but a lot of that shit be controversy. You know what I'm saying? Unless you in there, you can verify. I know it's some bullshit going on, but a lot of that is speculation too. And that's how they run motherfuckers operating de facto. Mm, could be. Yeah, it could be, but we're gonna have to tap in and see. But I don't know when is the I'm most definitely gonna be watching and to hear what he got to say. And I want to, because this is gonna be key. This is gonna be key because this is like, a lot of these leaders is coming together and they having these preliminary talks and shit. And usually when they starting to do that, something is up. Something is up. You see what I'm saying? So it could be. We'll see if it's a psyop. It could be. But anyway, family, I'll get black with y'all in a minute. We're gonna move forward with the rest of the lineup for this evening. Get over to Patreon, and I'll see you in a second. Black Pop.